connection. I've lost a lot of it recently. Over the last year or so, I've gone through many ups and downs, and I realized that almost all of it were things I went through alone. I wasn't one to overshare, though when I was around friends, everything I'd held up inside would tickle the tip of my tongue. I'd never say any of it, though. I've thought about why, and I arrived at the conclusion, which is that I assume things about people. I assume they won't care, or that them knowing won't change anything, so what's the point? And that can be true, but I realized how unfair of a thing that was to do, and that the only way to close off the gaps between me and my friends was to communicate. To not let everything be assumed. I needed to ask my friends. I thought I could benefit from knowing how my friends actually feel to try and prevent the making of any more assumptions, and I thought that people watching could learn from my mistakes. I decided to interview 3 of my friends, Naïla, Aisla, and Luke.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm good. This is the first time I left the house in like a month.
I'm good right now. I'm good.
Well, okay.
So, what is something you tend to keep to yourself?
I usually keep my emotions inside me. I usually put on a mask and act like everything's okay.
I think I have a lot of like insecurities that I just don't share with anyone. And I think a lot of people think that they have a lot of insecurities, or they have more insecurities than others. That's kind of like my mentality. I'm like the most insecure person I know, but I wouldn't really know because not a lot of people talk about their insecurities, you know what I mean?
I'd say my feelings, like my personal feelings, I keep that to myself. I don't really tell people. I don't know, just little things. A lot of things. Little things that are just like about me that I feel like nobody else needs to know.
I think I get scared that people are gonna judge me, or like that people are gonna be really dismissive. I think I have really good friends that are really supportive, but I would still be scared that they would judge me, because even I tend sometimes to like judge people, but I don't mean to. It just kind of happens. Like when you see someone, you just judge them up front without even thinking about it. And I'm scared that the people who know me will do the same if I tell them something like that I haven't told them before.
I guess friends and family, yeah. I guess just to, one, have things for myself, and 2, just not to share everything. Like, doesn't really matter. But I feel like it matters to me, but it won't matter to other people. I like when people tell me things. I just don't like to share my own things. I don't know. For personal reasons, I guess just not to open up.
I tend to just act like my normal self, which is all fine and happy, because I find that everyone else has problems, and I feel like it's just wrong of me to add on to them, because I find that I don't want to be a burden on them. I just want them to come to me and feel like they don't have to worry about stuff. I guess not their job, and they have other problems that they have to worry about, so I don't want to add to that.
Okay, so my parents are North African, so they're more of that older mentality of if you're sad, just like go for a walk and then you'll be happy, or like eat. If you have an eating disorder, just like eat, you know? So I don't think they would really understand.
All those things are completely valid, and they made me think about where these thoughts come from. I believe that certain experiences affect our willingness or ability to give other people a chance to truly know us, to let them see below the surface. To me, social media is the epitome of surface-level interactions, so I asked my friends for their opinions on it.
Okay, so this is gonna sound really cheesy and very old, but I really think social media has ruined all forms of communication, like completely.
I feel like on Snapchat and Instagram, I feel like it's not as genuine, especially Instagram. I find that a lot of times if I'm communicating someone other than texting them, I find that it can be a lot like numbers based, if that makes sense. I catch myself judging someone because they don't have a certain amount of followers or like a certain amount of likes on a photo, which I don't understand why, because it doesn't matter.
Also, it's hard to connect with people through social media and through texting.
Most of the conversations that I get or things I receive are people just sending a picture of their forehead or like a streak, and I just don't think that's kind of important, and I don't really see the point in keeping up or talking to someone about that.
If there wasn't social media, we'd be forced more to see each other outside. I don't know. I guess it's really hard to connect, I guess, because of like what's going on. And I really can like see a lot of people and that really put the strain on me. So I feel like I wish we could connect more, which isn't really possible, but I wish there was ways that we could see people like outside than just on our phones.
I wish we could connect more too. The only real reason I keep my social media is for the rare blips of in-person like connection I do feel. I really can't imagine a world, especially our current world, without social media to bind us together in some way. I began to wonder if social media could not be so bad, or what even made in-person connection so different. So I asked.
I like that I'm able to see someone, and I find that being in like with someone, I can sense how they're feeling and sense if something's wrong, and I can make them feel better. I can work with that.
I deleted Instagram and like Snapchat and TikTok and all that for like 3 weeks now, and I like didn't talk to anyone because no one would actually reach out to you. Like, I really like talking on the phone. A lot of people don't like that, or they just like want to text, and then it's just like useless conversations about whatever's trending on TikTok.
I like social media because I can talk to people on it. I like that to see what's going on with people, even though like I don't know. It's kind of like a story I can keep going back to follow.
I like that I can talk to people that are like hundreds of kilometers away from me, and then I'm able to talk to them instantly, and it's just an instant communication.
I can talk to my family that, are super far, that I don't see like ever. Yeah, I guess the main thing would just be like connecting with people you wouldn't see often. Yeah.
So I guess my friends are also feeling much of what I'm feeling. It's strange though, because I still feel the same desire to push them away, to believe no one can or will understand. And I agree with Naïla. I generally dislike social media and believe the connection it does provide you with is just a fraction of what it costs to use it. For those of you who feel similar to what my friends have expressed, here's what they have to say.
I say that when I actually have opened up to a friend about something, they're so accepting and caring, and it makes you feel better, because holding it inside for a long time, it just makes you, wears you down and makes you feel terrible.
I'd say, I guess, do what you can. I do a lot of FaceTime calls with family that I can't see. I go for walks a lot just so I don't feel like I'm in my house all the time. That kind of stuff to keep you busy.
Just to let them know that, like, a lot of people feel the same way, and that they should talk to someone about it.
It's so worth it. I'm trying to shift away from the mentality that I'm a burden to others when I talk about how I feel, when in reality, if they're my true friends, they care about me and they want me to do well and be happy.
I think the more you talk about something, the more you realize other people are feeling the same way, and then everyone is more open and more comfortable around each other, and just happier.
To conclude, try picturing each person to be a single branch of one giant tree. Each branch is reaching out in a different direction, but inevitably we're all coming from the same core, the same roots, a part of one whole, experiencing life. It's important to have a tree mindset, to know that whatever is flowing through you, whether it's good or bad, is flowing through other branches too, so there's no point in hiding. My goal now is to accept that I'm a branch.